what's open, and the back is the responsibilities of those positions. So that if you're curious about what it is, or how I have to do it, or what does it require, it's here. All right? So I'm just going to go through it quick. So vice president would be somebody that would be able to take over my place here if I'm unable to attend a meeting. You also have to attend all board meetings, and you have to attend the general meetings. In the end of the year, around March, there's a bylaws and standing rules committee review. We did an extensive review this past March. That will be presented to you next month. That will then be voted on in November. So I think it's safe to say there will be very little to be done for the standing rules and bylaws for this coming year. So don't let that scare you away if you want to be vice president. So now Joy, again, I'm going to thank her one more time. Joy and Stony have done so much to help me understand what and how this place runs. So let's just thank them so much for everything. And as much as I know Joy is stepping down, she's not stepping far away. So she's never far away. So I think that is just a blessing, as well as Stony. So she stepped down again as secretary, and Libby has taken over for her there, and the brush fire. She also stepped down again as membership chair, which we've already met Mary, so thank you for that. We have 3 new board members. Leaving us is Janice DeMasi, John Baldetti, and Sylvia Ryder. So if we could just thank them so thank you very much, Janice and John, for being here. We welcome Cindy Kosick. Cindy here? She's not here. Sharon in the back, Baldetti stepped in as a director, and then Sherida Wasaki. And Sherida, John Baldetti is staying on as an alternate director, and so is Barb Conley. I believe she's staying on. An assistant sergeant of arms. Sounds like a big thing, right? It really is a person that attends the board meetings and the general meetings and makes sure that we follow the Roberts rules, that the things that are to be voted on are properly voted on, and that's pretty much the extent of it. So if you're interested in attending board meetings, having a voice in where we go and what we do, making sure that we run smoothly, this would be a position that you could fill very easily. And I would appreciate that very much if you think about that. Sylvia Ryder has stepped down as the jury chair. We had a lot of changes over COVID regarding jurying. We still currently are jurying online. The next board meeting, we will be determining whether we're going to go back to jurying in person. But I would like to introduce and thank Sherida Wasaki, if you want to stand, Sherida, as our new jury chairman. Dee Mayer is stepping on as a committee member for jurying. You want to stand? Thank you, Dee. And Barbara Conley is staying as a member of the committee.
Good.
So that takes care of the jurying part of it. Stony, I've got you next. So Stony has been like the backbone since I've been here. Okay, of course I don't know it prior to Stony, but Stony has done everything to get us into the current technological age with spreadsheets, with Facebook, with the website, and she's been instrumental in making sure that the information gets out in a lot of different ways to everyone who can or who goes in those different places. Stony is going to be stepping down from a lot of these things, although I hope she doesn't, like Joy, step too far. She stays a little close. So we're looking for somebody to assist with the website. Tomorrow, Joy and I are going to be meeting with Stony to go over how to do that, what it entails, and on the list it says update and change the website information as necessary. Add or take off members' artwork to keep the website up to date, and post events as necessary. It shouldn't be difficult once you know how to do it. It's a zip zap done, you know.
It's fine art, it's
It's-
FASO, fine art, whatever that stands for. Anybody have a fine art? What's it?
FASO.
If you already have a FASO, you're it.
That's, the website is through FASO is what.
It's very similar to what you
Yeah,
do for yourself.
yeah. So someone who is interested in taking that position, that would be awesome. Otherwise, it's me doing it. So, and again, we're meeting with Stony tomorrow. If anyone here is interested, see us after the meeting and join us tomorrow and see it. And maybe you just want to see what it's like, and maybe you'll say, no, I can't. And that's fine too. But don't hesitate just because you're not sure. Come and see what it is so that you are sure. Because it could be very easily something you go, oh, that's fine, I could do this. And so I appreciate that very much. We all would, the board would, very much. I just want to thank Stony again. Can we all just Thank you, Stony, so much. Heart. As much as Joy stepped down from things, she's still on something. So she's agreed, because Facebook is her friend, she's agreed to post for us on Facebook. So she's continuing to do that part of the social media for the group. So thank you very much for that. Yes? And do you have
Just
anything?
real quick, I want to say, we do have 2 Facebook pages. One is a public and one is for membership only. So be sure and look and see which one you're posting on. The one for the membership, we do have to approve the post. So it'll say post pending. So, and then we'll look at it and, take
Right.
care of that. But if it's something you want to go out to the public and share with everybody, then it's the other way,
Right.
the other Facebook page.
Right.
Thank you.
So the private one, you can go on and say, who wants to go to lunch tomorrow? Who wants to go to a museum with me tomorrow? And it will stay within the group.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of how that runs. Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Any other questions? Anybody have any questions before I go? Okay. So I mentioned before the rotating art exhibits that Sharon is responsible for, and Barbara. Jane has jumped on board to kind of help Barb out with what she does at Marguerite's as kind of like a backup. But Sharon is also looking for somebody who might be interested. Yes?
I do have somebody, Marge Giroux, just volunteered.
Awesome. Really, I just want to say it's wonderful that you step up and volunteer. I appreciate it so much. A lot of these things are so well run already that it's just a matter of falling in line and just doing it. So that's awesome. And I don't know if Barb, if Jane, you're just going to be her backup. Did I understand that correctly?
We go together.
Okay. But don't let that stop anybody. If you're interested in shadowing and learning how to do this, they may not choose to do this forever. And if you're interested, and let me see this. If you're someplace and you see local art hanging, we were just at the Dunedin Bakery. Local art everywhere. I have the contact. I haven't called them yet. But I'm going to call and find out, would they want the Creative Artists Guild to take a month and do a rotating exhibit? Not that we would be every month of the year like we are at the other ones, but perhaps. So if you're out and about and you see some, ask. Get a contact. Find out the information. Come back to the meeting with it. Ask your friends and fellow members. And perhaps that might be something that you just step into and be able to start that
My first question with that is, do we want to stay in Pinellas County? Is it like within the local region? Is that what we want defined as our geographic area?
I would have to, the only answer I would say to that would be, we do have a membership that is within Pinellas County. Some do come a ways. It's a matter of, would we all go so far to
Right.
bring the art? So
It's probably.
to answer that would be, you'd bring it forward and we would have to ask the body if,
Because
you
with
know,
my other
there's-
art group, we are going to Brandon, and we're going to Zephyr Hills, and we're going to Carrollwood, we're doing the whole Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
Not everybody's really up for that.
right. And that's to be further discussed probably.
Well, we are the Creative Artists Guild of Dunedin,
Well,
so this is our
Should be
base,
in
it's our
Pinellas
home
County
base.
probably, but
It's
yeah.
our home base.
yeah. So I would have to say, just for the ease of the membership, to stay fairly local.
Yeah. Okay.
Any other thoughts? Yes, Jane?
Dick Blick over in Tampa, actually, Barb and I had hung some stuff up, and they were willing to come to our house and pick it up.
Wow.
So, you know, if we have a little show there where people are really interested, they'll make arrangements to bring their truck and pick up the garbage.
But I believe, Jane, to understand that Dick Blick is not going to allow it to be an all-inclusive group. It's a call to artists only. So,
Well, the management just changed, so you spoke to the new person, I was speaking to Mackenzie. Ally just took over, so things may change, yes.
okay, so that's a work in progress for that, okay?
That's true, that's Tampa.
Okay. Next on my list is Taryn's position, which she mentioned already. Taryn is the exhibit chair, and not sure in the past how it was run. Obviously, I have no idea how it was run. But how it was run is she's the contact person to all these different places, secures the date, gets the information out, gets the applications to the membership, collects the application from the membership, is there at the time for the drop-off, collects the payment, makes sure everybody's exhibited in bringing the work of art that they're actually juried for, make sure they're paid up with their dues, and then hangs the art. And then she gets the juror, if it's a juried show. Oh, I forgot the flyers. She's there at the time of the Ribbon Awards. Then there's the takedown. And then you're done. So, needless to say, Joy and I and Alice and Carol Clovecorn have been helping. So when we say the exhibit chairperson's position is open, it's more than one person. But I want to let you know that we have this down. Like, we have a pretty comprehensive list. Things not to forget: pliers, tape, a ladder, things that you need for occasions that you wouldn't normally think you would need. So it's pretty comprehensive and straightforward how we have this all mapped out. Further, the spreadsheet Taryn has everything already for next year. Signed up, contacts done, dates done, everything's done. It would be a very simple position to come into right now compared to what it was when she took it over. It's been my desire as a president to try to get things more organized so that the same information is given to each person, that we have handouts and responsibilities and duties so that it's clear what everyone is looking to achieve and everyone needs to have done. Taryn is going to have a full-time job and will be unable to do this work, although she will still always be an email away, as most of us are. If you are interested, if you have friends who would help, that's how it should be. It should be, I'm going to do this, rally with some troops to help you out. There's a general volunteer sign-up sheet in the back that I started just to have people's names for last minute, oh my gosh, I need help. Carol can't come and help hang. Who can come and help me hang the thing? So that is where I would like to go and have that information. It does sound daunting, doesn't it? But if she can do it, we all can do it.
I always had help, always had help.
And that's the thing, you do have help. If you can come on with a friend,
I will always be there.
the treasurer or the president is always at every show.
Yeah.
When the drop off for the awards and for the pickups. So you're never ever alone for that. So just see Taryn afterwards, or see me or another board member for more information if you're interested. That position does need to be filled, as she is going to be working and unable to be there when paintings are dropped off at the actual show dates. So thank you so much for that. Teresita Hightower, there you are.
Hello.
Hello. She is our greeter. Hello, hello.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. We could use another greeter if that's something you think you would like to do, to come to a meeting and welcome new people in and kind of give information about the club as you can. All right, and lastly, the videotaping that's being done has been done by John primarily for years and years and years. Thank you. Jim Throne is going to start taking over while we are looking for someone to help take over. The videotaping in the past has included the demonstration. So you generally were here for quite a while. And if you were a board member and we had board member meetings first. But we're not doing that now. We're going to have a board meeting the day before, so it kind of shortens our day here. So if anybody's interested in doing the videotaping and then being able to link it to our YouTube channel, we would appreciate that help. I don't know if we will be videotaping demos. The board has discussed that part, or maybe it was just you and me talking about it. It will be brought up at the next board meeting, because honestly, some of the demonstrations, it's very difficult to get the camera in the right angle to make any sense of what's being done. And it becomes very frustrating for the person videotaping and can make the artist demonstrating perturbed if it's not placed and presented in a manner that's pleasing and stuff. So we are thinking that we're only going to videotape the meetings and not the demonstrations. So it would require you being here about a half an hour before the meeting, staying till the end of the meeting, taking it down. It goes in our storage unit, and then the tape gets linked up to YouTube, which I have no idea how to do that. So that, I'm sure it's not hard, but that has to be done. All right, so anybody interested in that, please let us know. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much. It was a lot. It's 2 o'clock, but I want to open it up for anybody's comments or concerns. I know we have, I forgot your name already.
Carol.
Carol would like to say something. So Carol, if you would.
Yeah.
I am kind of quiet. I just wanted you all to know, as fellow artists, that we have an artist in Pinellas County, she lives in St. Pete, that has become known worldwide now. She started a group here in St. Pete just by talking to neighbors, going online with her neighborhood groups, and she asked for volunteers and for herself. If anybody had passed away from COVID, she would paint a portrait, a 9x12 portrait, at no charge, and give it to the person. If it needed to be mailed to them, she would just charge $20 for shipping. This got picked up by Fox News, and around the nation, Fox News outlets picked it up, and on that report, she was asking for volunteer artists in different communities to be part of chapters, to do this also. And then ABC came to her home in St. Pete, and she just has a garage studio, and she was on national ABC, Good Morning America, advertising this. Her name's Margaret Bayless, and all she's asking is to just be aware of it. Just one little thing that you can do as an artist. And if you're interested, the Faces Not Numbers is a group on Facebook. And Faces Not Numbers is where you would just go on, ask to be invited in. If you'd like to do a portrait for anyone, a number of people have asked, and you can answer them. You can post. If you're invited in and accepted, then Margaret will let you post a few of your own portraits, and from there, people will message you directly if they're interested. And I just have, let's see, Jim, I think you said you did 6?
6 of them.
Six already. The one that's framed over there is one that I've done. These are just 2 that were out of state, prints that I just copied. My printer's not the greatest, but I just got a call from a lady that saw this in Sarasota at her friend's home, and she just called and is interested in a portrait, and I'll do her husband, who just passed away this past week. And this one is someone out of Houston, Texas. He worked at NASA. And these are all young people, passed away. Oh, sorry.
So Carol, is it the actual portrait that gets sent to them?
Oh,
or just a
it
photo?
needs to be, her rules are, they're 12 inches by 9 inch, just whatever, that exact size that I did of Betty over there. And if they come to your home to pick it up, or you meet and you deliver it, it's free.
Okay.
If you need to mail it to them, you can mail it to them and put in a return envelope with and they send you a $20 bill.
Okay.
Or they mail you the $20 bill, and then you can mail it. And it's $20 because Margaret is doing so many worldwide now. Initially, she did 50 portraits and just did a little collage on her website that she created, The Faces Not Numbers, and that got her recognized. She's been introduced to the First Lady when she came talking about COVID. She's been honored by the Sheriff of Pinellas County Sheriff's Department for doing this work, and definitely is known worldwide for starting a movement that we artists should know about. and that she lives right here in Pinellas County, and many of us know her, and she's just a retired lady, married 50
She's a
years.
terrific artist, even beyond portraits, she's beautiful. Urban scenes and
Yes,
landscapes.
yes, she
and
does
very
other,
good artist.
right, definitely. So just,
We need to look at
Yeah,
that.
look
Oh,
that way too, yeah.
We're talking this way.
oh, I'm so sorry.
So it's hard to understand.
Faces Not Numbers is a group on Facebook, and you just go on it and ask to be invited in, and she will let you in. Otherwise, you can just look at it and make comments.
I
But,
can understand you.
Yeah.
What we artists do as a group is amazing, just amazing. And if you want to be known, try something like this. Try something.
Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. It's basically pencil or pastel, right? You can't really.
Oh,
do painting.
when someone has contacted you on the website or they message you, they've seen your work on the website already. You can post samples. There's watercolor portraits, whatever you would like, whatever you do. It's suggested that they are color portraits. And if you're a pastel artist, just let them know that you ship it. Maybe you'll want a mat on it when you're shipping it. Or colored pencil, or whatever you would like. And I have been contacted, and from these paintings, you get contacted from the paintings in the homes. And mine are always on a linen panel. And when I show them a photograph of it, just before I mail it, I just put it in a little easel so they don't get intimidated thinking they have to frame it and hang it on the wall. And what most of them are doing is just putting it on little easels, and it goes on a bookshelf.
Oh, that's nice.
And
You do
Just
it on
beautiful.
board,
It's a nice
linen board.
memorial.
yeah, yes.
It's a
Can
nice
be in any
memorial.
medium, not just
Any
pencil.
medium.
Yeah, that's what I
Yes,
thought.
any medium, sure. But I'm just saying the power of us as artists. And this happened right here in our own county by our fellow artist, Margaret Bayless.
Wonderful, thank you.
Thank you for sharing, thank you so much.
I just want to real quick say that I am staying on as sunshine person.
Oh, forgot that.
That's all right. So if you know of anybody that is under the weather, that has, gotten ill and, or passed away, or has lost a spouse or something like that, please contact me, and I send them a nice greeting card. They're all homemade, one-of-a-kind cards that I send out, and I send them on behalf of the Creative Artists Guild. So, if you have anything like that, or if it's just somebody's had a hard time and needs a little pick-me-up and a little, love in a
Can I give her a
greeting
book of
card,
stamps?
let me know.
And they're beautiful cards, I'm telling you, each one of them is unique and just absolutely lovely. Yeah, is there any other questions? Yes?
I know in the past there was
Louder?
sure. In the past there was a group that would get together to do like portrait drawings in a center.
Yes.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yes, portrait drawings at a center. This is the man you want to see right here, Jim Throne. They do it at the Hale Center. Are they doing it currently?
Yes.
Yeah, we're busy at the Hale Center, 6 to 8, Thursday nights. We have a show coming up in October at the Sterling.
Year-round.
Yeah, year-round is 6 to 8 on Thursday.
And since I'm standing up here, I'll tell you about plein air,
Right.
okay? We are starting plein air again, guys. Pick up the notice on the back. We will be starting Friday. And we go every Friday, all the way through until mid-May, okay? We kind of stop in the summertime, it gets pretty warm. Start at 9:30 on Friday morning. The information's on the
Yep.
back. bring your own materials, obviously, and usually where we go, we try to find someplace to have lunch. And we'll be doing it on the Causeway Friday, the next 2 Fridays. So we use a little restaurant right there by the kayaks. Everybody knows where the kayaks are. So, yeah, this is, and we do primarily do Dunedin, Safety Harbor, and Tarpon.
And the handouts have a pretty good extensive, like how to get there, where they
Get
are.
there. If you
So
haven't
there's a
been
little one
somewhere-
that has just the dates that you can like slip somewhere, and the bigger one has the locations, addresses, so you
If
can't miss
yeah,
it.
If you need a map,
Google.
I can download them. I have all the maps from all of the places where
Okay.
we're going. So let me know. My information's on the back there.
Thank you,
I'll send you a map.
thank you, yes.
What is called the Dale Center, does it cost anything, and what's the policy?
Is there a cost to the Dale Center, and is there a policy?
Yeah, they-
$6. If you're not a member of
The Hale
Dunedin,
Center is,
$6.
they charge us $3 for the electricity and stuff like that. And then we have $3, we have $5 for the model. We collect all year long for our shows. So, there is obviously no instruction, we primarily do portraits, although Carol
It's open
does,
studio.
we need you back, Carol, to do your pastels. She does the full sheet pastels, and the person sitting there, she does the whole person. Typically, we do just portraits. In October, we will have a portrait wall of things that we've been doing. And the objective is really to learn how to do portraits, because it's probably the most difficult thing that you can do, really. Anybody can do a landscape, you can fake a landscape, but you can't fake a portrait, trust me.
You can see Jim after the meeting, and he'll give you all that information. Thanks, Jim. Thank you. Any other questions? All right, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn?
Sherida, second. Marilyn, all in favor? Yes, thank you all very much for showing up and being here.